I said that surprisingly. Good Monday morning. It's the main event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and you know him, folks. 17-year NFL veteran, 3-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys, and he is giddy till all the moon. Dale Hellestrae's here, everybody.
Well, Stephen, we left here on Friday. You said, I don't got much going on, just a slow weekend. And
Are you going to call me out on this?
here I am. I check my Facebook posts, and there's Steve here, and there's Steve there, and there's Steve here, and there's Steve there. And I'm like,
for a relaxing weekend, a lot of stuff came up, Dale.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff came up.
And you were there with bells on and
I did.
And ready to go.
Mike Sheehan called me up.
Yeah.
Mike Sheehan begged me to show up on Saturday, and I was like, Mike, I just don't. I'm just saying that because he's probably watching.
He's not watching at 8 o'clock in the morning.
He's probably finishing practice right now as well. No, he had he's a real estate, realtor. If you guys don't know what his real job is, I did like how on the Facebook post, Autumn put we're right here supporting his side gig.
Yeah.
Real estate. But yeah, that's trust me, the football does not pay the bills.
No, high school coaching, you get about a $5,000 stipend.
Yeah, he just invited you too, but you ignored it.
I didn't even realize it was an invite.
So he just did something to appreciate. I'm not a real estate client of his or anything to that effect. I haven't bought a house or anything, so I haven't dealt with him from that angle. But he was nice enough to invite us, and so me and Autumn went up to support him and see Spider-Man. I saw Spider-Man twice now, Dale.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, it was weird. I enjoyed it the second time way more than I enjoyed it the first time.
Did you really?
And it wasn't terrible the first time. There were just a lot of slow parts. So I don't know if it's because I could prepare myself for the slow parts better or I knew what was coming, but I enjoyed it a lot better the second time than I did the first time. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't think it was bad the first time either. Yeah. And then we already had plans to go see Super Troopers 3 on Sunday morning. So I had to go see 2 movies. And within 12 hours, I saw 2 movies.
Super Trooper. Isn't that like a kid's movie?
No, it's definitely not a kid's movie.
Oh, okay.
A comedy.
Yeah.
They make fun of police. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny movie.
Okay.
It's just like, it's not as good as the first one, obviously. It's probably on par with the second one, if I had to guess, in terms of comedy and stuff but they do a lot of that subtle humor stuff, which I love. Like at one point in the movie, there's like a safe word, not, for somebody was eating lobster. I won't ruin it, but somebody was eating lobster and they were allergic to it. So they were like, hold until hit me with the EpiPen, but wait till the last minute. And there was a safe word they would like yell. So then they would give them the EpiPen, and stuff like that. And the safe word was funny because like the next scene, but the safe word, like literally, it's like in the scene, like it's just funny. Like that stuff just makes me laugh. I'm not explaining it right because I don't want to ruin it. And so like that. So I saw Super Troopers 3 this weekend as well. If it wasn't for the movie stuff, Dale, it's what kept me from going to San Diego to watch your Arizona Rattlers. They're just going to rename this whole league the Rattlers League at this point. Right?
Yeah. Well, we talked about before the playoffs started that, yes, they really like and enjoy home playoff games, but they tend to play better on the road.
Yeah. I told you guys, like halfway through the season, I said, whoever in the East comes out of the East is going to win this thing, folks. Then I said, as the playoffs started, No. Arizona Rattlers defense is top. Now they lost one of their guys yesterday, bad ankle injury. I'm just going to assume he's not going to be ready in a week because it was bad. It's probably not coming back for it. But that defense, I said that defense is stellar, and that defense will get them there, and that defense has got them there. Period. End of story. That is all rookie defense, basically. Everybody except for Merriweather, and it's been fun. We'll talk about that coming up. Because the championship game's down in Tucson again this year, Dale. Your favorite thing?
Yeah, well, it doesn't really matter to me, but I know you'll be down there.
You want to go down there?
I mean, that's a 30-minute drive for you from where you live.
I did. I put, Robert said, yeah, don't be taking Graham to see Super Troopers. Yeah, don't.
Okay.
Especially 3. A lot of racial humor and, adult humor.
But 1 and 2 were okay?
No, don't see any of them, Dale.
Okay.
Don't take Graham to any of them.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if you'd find those types of movies funny.
I can't remember the last movie I went
It's my
to.
type of humor. Well, yeah, you could have been to one Saturday night for free, even, and you didn't even show up to a free movie.
And they were, and Mike was celebrating him being the number one
Yeah.
real estate guy.
Well, in his group and everything.
Yeah,
And
wow,
Mike,
man.
if you don't know, I mean, we don't talk about it. He doesn't like to talk about it. My favorite thing, if you saw the flyer at the bottom, it said like whatever the saying was, like number one and whatever. And he goes, "Am I supposed to say that?" Like in parentheses, it says, "Am I supposed to say this?" Which cracks me up. Which is funny because, you know him on the football. You know him personally as well and stuff like that. But you also know him on the football. He's one of those football coaches that commanding, right? Demanding, like a general out there, stuff like that. And then to see him be all like humble like that. And he's legit on this, by the way, folks. It's not an act. On the real estate side, like he's humble about it. It's actually kind of funny to watch. It kind of cracks me up because, like, I have to sit there and be like, all right, this is real estate. This is real life Mike, not football Mike, where he's all in command and definite about stuff. And then there's like second guesses a lot and like thinks about things a little too much. It does crack me up, the difference between that. But it goes to show, right? You follow, you go out there, and how many football players do that where they walk on the field and they're one person?
Oh, yeah.
And then they walk off the field. Most of them, if they don't, they're usually in jail. Most of them are completely different people on the other side. So it is kind of funny to see as well. But, yeah, it was good. But Dale missed out.
I did miss out. I just saw that you guys were there and you're celebrating. And congratulations to Mike. I mean, that's, again, when we talk about you coach high school football for the love of the kids and the love of the game.
Yeah.
You don't coach it to pay the mortgage.
No, but if they're but you know this as well as I do, there are coaches out there that do it for them. Like they enjoy the kids and teaching the kids, but it's about them and winning and stuff like that. And you can pick those coaches out pretty quickly when you talk to them or see them and stuff to that effect and everything. And Mike's not one of those guys. He's legitimately out there. He likes to win. Don't get me wrong. Everybody does. But he definitely. Kids come first in his eyes, especially his kids out there and stuff like that. He's got another good team this year, new quarterback coming in,
right?
Which means, Dale, it's that time of year. He's coming back on the program here this year, back to back 2A state champions. And I'm not going to lie to you. Now, there's how they start this season. That's what I was talking about. How they start this season is going to be interesting. There's a lot of unknowns. Now, they got some big talent back, right? Dickerson's back and a couple other kids that are phenomenal college or high school football players.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting, right? New quarterback working them in. We saw this 2 years ago when the new quarterback came in. The first couple of games were a struggle. We're a struggle bus.
Right.
And then it just got better throughout the season, and then playoffs came hitting on all cylinders. So it'll be interesting if we see more of that this year or if we see kind of a more steady thing coming out. First game's at Pima starting next Friday, but he's going to start joining us starting this Wednesday. They have a scrimmage. And he'll start joining us here to preview the season and get there.
Always interesting
defense.
When you, him and I were talking, and I think probably late last season, the fact that, Scottsdale Christian just used to be Scottsdale Christian. It was on Tatum and Acoma, and nice little school.
Naughty little kids.
We go 6-4, 7-3.
Dale, it's the turf on Tatum.
And then all of a sudden you win a state championship, and it's a cute story. Yeah. Wow. Well, hey, they came out of nowhere, and they had one class come through, and bang, bang, and then they win a second one, and we overcame all these odds and all that.
Well, the second one was suspensions and playoffs, and there's certain people out there that are still like, oh, they just got lucky and blah 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 because of those suspensions.
And then you come back and you win a third one, and now some people are not so shiny on you.
People, it's gotten worse every year, but there are now people that I've had to. Mike argues with them still on Twitter. I told him to knock it off. I go, Mike, let other people talk to him.
You don't win those.
Yes. And I've even stopped like going back and forth with them just because I'm just like, dude, these guys are stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And they're media people, and they tout themselves as the number one 2A small schools thing, and they're just absolutely stupid and ridiculous. They're like just stupid about it. They make stuff up, and it drives you nuts and stuff like that. But it's gotten like down to hate this year, like downright hate. Like before they made stuff up like, oh, SGA chickened out of 3A and made them not move them up to 2A. And it's like, that's not how it happened, dude. They never got moved up.
I also read after our second one, they got 15 transfers in. And
that's the guy that reports that they have an 80-man roster.
Right.
And I'm like, look, I'm not good at math. I can tell you right now, there's not 80 men sitting on that sideline on a game.
You can count the players, the coaches, the trainers.
I'll put it this way: there's plenty of room for me to stand down there and mingle with them. If there was 80, it'd be packed, and I wouldn't be down there. And I have like a whole section to myself if I go on the sideline. But yeah, no, it is amazing at a high school 2A level the hate that they get.
But isn't it? Because I told him, I said, think of any. If you want to call them dynasties.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys went through as the Cowboys.
I told him in Dallas, our first Super Bowl, everybody was like, oh, my gosh, they're the flavor of the month. They're the up-and-comers, and they're young. And then all of a sudden, by the third, they're like, all right, we're tired of them.
Well, and this, that, and the other Buffalo lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. And people were like, this is ridiculous. Blah, blah, blah. And they lost 4 in a row. Yeah. And the only reason, people enjoyed watching them lose 4 in a row because they were so good to get there. Yeah. It's just you tend to hate those types of stuff. Basha's getting that way. I see a lot of hate on Basha this year. This is their 3rd year in a row where they're projected to be really, really good out there, and I see people starting to turn on Basha a little bit this year.
And more recently, you look at Golden State, to where Steph Curry and the crew, they were. They were cute and cuddly, and they were
so much fun that first year. Yeah. Remember, it's Smash Brothers hitting the logo shot.
Splash Brothers. Yeah.
Year 3 of that, you were like, all right, enough.
Yeah, get somebody else in there, and then start hating a little bit on Steph. It's crazy.
But then I sit back and I'm just like, dude, these are high school kids that you're bashing and attacking their school and them, and it's like, what is wrong with you?
Well, the thing you think about, or when I think about SCA, they haven't had a Division I or 1AA prospect in the 20 years that I was there.
They had one that transferred up. I think it was 2 years ago, maybe it was last year, but it didn't play much. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it went anyway. They have one this year, a wide receiver who supposedly has an offer from Nevada. But that's the first one ever.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. They had one transfer up before, and that's what started that whole transfer thing, was they had one transfer up a couple years ago, and then he played, but he wasn't, it wasn't, game-changing. I don't want to bash him or nothing, but, it wasn't like him. But this year they do have somebody, that's.
Hey, as a suppose,
but it's not easy. People don't realize it's not easy to get into SCA, folks, even if you have the money. They've turned... Michael, they've turned kids down from going to school there that wanted to go to school there because they didn't meet their requirements.
Guidelines. Yeah. Yep.
And stuff like they've gotten in trouble before on things that you and I think are, they're just kids. Well, unfortunately at SCA, you can't be that type of kid. You can't be that type of kid. I mean, that. Kids have been suspended for every kid out there has a vape running around, and that. Kids have gotten suspended for games because just having a vape.
No, it's
off
not
campus,
Steve. It's not good, Steve. Tell your kids it's not good.
I'm just saying, Bash's kids are probably walking around. See what I did there? I just attacked Basha for no reason.
That was Steve.
I just threw that out there.
That's Mac.
Yeah. So he's well, remember Crisman coach got fired for vapes a couple years ago. But so high school season's here, folks. He's going to start joining us on Wednesdays coming up. Looking forward to that. Just because the Chronicle, man, it's not often you get a 3-time state champion, and it would be fascinating and you don't get this access either. Like the head coach of Basha is not coming on a show every week to talk about his program, with how good they are and stuff to that effect. I don't know. Maybe he hasn't been invited. I don't know. Maybe we should at least invite him.
Yeah. I was gonna say maybe if he was asked, Stephen.
I did see, by the way, the quarterback for Hamilton, that guy that gets gotten hurt in the playoffs last go. I heard that he should be ready to go to start the season. By the way, which means Hamilton, Chandler Basha play early. That's going to be an ESPN game coming up end of August. both nationally ranked going into this season. But I did hear Hamilton's quarterback. Yeah, Ethan had to put out there on why I paused. I said Queen Creek, by the way, in their ears. But yeah, Robert said, John, people online generally suck. Yeah, good way of putting it, Robert. Yes. That's why I always have like a day a week. This week it was Saturday where I just stay off social media. I don't get on. I get on it, but I post stuff and then I don't scroll on it because I'm like I just need a day off of the stuff out there. Ethan says he saw Spider-Man 3D over the weekend. He said he liked it more in 3D than Dolby. Yeah. So there you go, folks. Options for your movie viewing experience.
Okay.
And Super Troop. If you like that type of stuff, you'll find it enjoyable. And Dale, I'm going to disparage this guy. And I don't know his name. I don't care to know his name. I could care less what his name is. But there's a guy that's in Super Troopers. This time he's the captain, but he's one of the Super Trooper guys. His face disgusts me. There's no other way to say it. I just don't like the way he looks. I don't like the way he talks. I don't like anything about it. Like, it's just something about him drives me nuts. And he had a prominent role in this movie. And so that was bothering me the whole movie.
Really?
Whole movie. He's the captain this time. I'll just tell you right now. It was. There's nothing against him. It's just, there's a face for radio. Let's put it that way. But it drives me nuts. It drove me nuts the whole movie and all that stuff. There's a reason actors are generally good-looking people. Had to get that off my chest.
Yeah, now you feel better?
The best part was they had an EV in this movie, and they made fun of EVs, which cracked me the heck up. I couldn't get enough of it.
An EV?
Electric vehicles.
Yeah.
They had a electric vehicle cop, and they made fun of it the whole movie, which is great. I loved it. As a fellow EV owner,
I'm sure they probably have a protocol for plugging in the cars every night, though.
Yeah, probably. My street in front of my house today is the day it's getting resealed or whatever, retard.
Okay.
So my street's going to be closed. Like it closed at like 6:30, and then it won't reopen till like 4:35. Like my daughter's got an appointment this afternoon. I got to go pick her up from school. So I'm driving a lot. So yesterday I had to charge it. I got it into the 95% range.
Oh.
Because when I get home, I'm going to have to park on the street and walk to the house. So I won't be able to charge it in the middle of the day. Usually if I get home at noon or whatever, I can charge it for a couple hours before electricity gets deep. So I'm not going to panic today that my car might be, because I won't be able to drive and plug it in.
They don't do half at a time?
No, they did. They did the other half. They've been doing like stretches of it, but in front of my house is today.
Okay.
So I've been like this panic today, like, oh my God. Because then she's got an appointment tonight in Chandler. So I'm like, worst case, I go to a public charger. But I'm kind of annoyed by it. I'm like, do you not take into consideration those of us that have to?
Yeah, but you're also the one who bitches and moans about the potholes in your street.
No, it's not bad. It's they just put that tar over the top.
Yeah.
They, because now it's all like old and they do it like every 8 years. But now there's like crack, there's sealants and the cracks are all covered on the street. So they just put this nice solid layer of darkness on top of it to hide all that.
It'll be smooth sailing, Steve.
Yeah. Every street around my little, like you come down mine and it curves to my house. It's like literally like maybe a less like 500 foot, 1,000 foot stretch on my street. All the other streets around me have been done last week. And now they're just doing my little section. It's kind of weird.
Well, they probably said, hey, the HOA president, he's going to be put out the least.
You think that's what they had?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Monday wasn't the day to do it because, like I said, I have to drive a lot today, so I'm a little bit in panic
they didn't
mode.
Call you and say, hey, Steve, when are you going to just come home?
Tomorrow would have been better.
Yeah. You'll be gone for most of the day?
Yes. Yeah. Tomorrow's my long day around these parts. So, yeah, I would have been longer. I would have been away longer. And then I don't have anything tomorrow night, so I wouldn't have to leave the house then. So it could have just sat there. Wouldn't have mattered.
Oh. Damn city.
Seriously. So that's what's happening in my world, Dale. Other than that, how was your weekend, Dale? I saw you had the holding the grandbaby, the new one. How old now? 4 months, 5 months?
Born in May. So what's that? June, July,
oh my
August?
God, 3 months. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, so time flies.
Yeah.
His baby was looking at you.
Smiling.
Yeah, that's because she was pooping.
Or passing gas. Yeah. One of the two. No, I always make these funny sounds when all of them were that age, and it's so funny because as soon as they hand her to me, I'd start doing my and I whistle at her.
Calling her like a dog?
Yeah. Like what?
Like a dog?
No, I whistle.
Avery.
You're pretty.
Teach a young girl that whistling is good, Dale.
Yes.
That's ingenious.
Yeah, I'll
train her early that guys whistling at you is a positive thing.
When your grandpa whistles at you, it's okay. 3 months old and she's like 18 and has flashbacks.
Yeah. You're going to be like, why do you keep going for the wrong guys? I don't know, whistler.
Wow.
Grandpa used to whistle at me all the time.
Boy, I can't wait till, well, it's going to be a while for you, but
hopefully.
You might not even be around when your kids have kids.
Hopefully. They're on their own. They're on their own for that. I don't need that nonsense. I'll be living my best life. Yeah, I'll be like, I'm moving. I'm traveling this weekend. I'm not around.
So did that mostly just, I mean, Brooke's still figuring out, went back to work today, so she's feeling better, took care of her. Just a legitimately slow weekend. Yeah. I didn't go out and do all the stuff you did.
As busy as I was, it was a relaxing busy.
Yeah.
It wasn't like stressful at all, nothing like that. It was a relaxing busy.
I mean, you drive to a movie and
that's what I mean.
Go sit down.
And it didn't, but then I go through these things like, okay, be there around 5:30. Movie starts at 6. It's a private theater, so there's no previews and stuff. Because normally, like yesterday for Super Troopers, it started at 10:30. All right, I can get there at 10:45 and miss half the previews and still plenty of time to get my stuff and go in, right? Stuff like that. So then we're like, all right, we're going to eat on the way. So then you're like, hey, where are we eating at? Which restaurants are we going to on a Saturday at, 4 o'clock or whatever, so you can get there early and then get there and get out and still have time to make it there and all of that. So you go through this panic. Dude, we showed up at the movie theater like 5 o'clock, like way early.
Oh.
We're like, oh, so now what do we do?
And is it Camel View?
Yeah, Camel View there at Fast. First time I'd been in there since they rebuilt that. It's super nice. There's something about, Dan Harkins, I used to work for you. You don't remember me now, but at one time you knew who I was. Talked to him all the time. But I stopped going to Harkins many years ago. We do AMC now. We have the AMC A Plus where we pay like whatever it is, $22 a month, and we can see 3 movies for free a week. And so basically, you pay $20 or whatever it is, 23 or whatever it is, and you can see movies for free, no matter what it is, IMAX, whatever, as long as it's in AMC. It's a beautiful program.
Right.
Concessions are expensive, but other than that. So, but I switched back to AMC because, like Harkins back in the day before they went to the reclining seats, I'd get out of them. Back when I was in shape, and like my body would hurt, like my legs would be going numb during them. Like I just didn't like the way the seats were. They were uncomfortable and stuff like that. Dale, I haven't recovered since Saturday night in those Harkins seats. I during the movie, my left hip was killing me. My left hip hurts when I sit and like I hit the nerve or whatever. Like that's why I got the SUV, and so I got Ethan's driving my old car, and I got the SUV. I'm like, I need something bigger because anytime I get in a small car, the way I sit in those small cars with being tall and everything, my hip hurts. The whole movie, it felt like a Charlie horse in my hip and everything. Dale, I stood up when we were walking out of the theater. My right ankle had a sharp pain going through it. I couldn't turn my head to the right very far.
What were you and your girl doing?
Sitting there watching a movie. I didn't even move the seat back because I noticed it was happening when I had it back. So I literally just sat up. I sat all uncomfortable up, trying to get the go away. Dale, yesterday when I'm watching Super Troopers at the AMC movie, where I never have this problem in their chairs. Never have this problem. Yes, it was even hurt yesterday. And even today, right now, my left hip's hurting. So if I start crying, the sharp pain in my left hip, folks, it hurts. But I'm not saying that for sympathy for everybody on the pain. What I'm saying is, I don't know what Harkins does to their movie theater seats. But I haven't been to Harkins in probably 10, 15 years. And I had this problem before. Now they have news chairs in there and everything. And I have the same problem again. What are you doing?
And these are the recliner chairs.
Yeah, the ones where your feet come up and then they go back. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but those now even before that though, when they had the rocker chairs, those were terrible for me to sit in. It's just, I don't know what they do, man. I don't know what they do differently.
I can honestly say I don't know if I've ever heard anybody complain about the seats.
Seriously, it's me. Maybe Dan Harkins is out to get me. After all these years, he's getting his subtle revenge.
I hear Steve's going to be a Camel View.
I don't think he runs it anymore. I think he has this one guy that was there when I was there running it now and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a good weekend. But my body's recovering from watching a movie on Saturday night.
Tough to be Steve.
That was it. Watched the Rattlers yesterday. We'll talk about that. Watched NASCAR yesterday. Talk about that on the pit stop this week. Didn't catch any UFC. I just caught the highlights afterwards. I got to go back and watch that, but some good fights. Lots of upsets, underdogs winning on Saturday night.
Yeah, I saw where Lou was seemingly fairly happy on Twitter.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got to go back and get caught up onto that as well. But other than that, just nice, easy day. I mean, anything else good happen around town? Because we don't talk about when the Diamondbacks do good, because we only root for them when they're bad, right?
No, I mean, it's. I know that you were sitting there steaming all week, and now they only score one run. And
didn't even watch that nonsense.
I did. Oh, the other thing I did do just by happenstance, got up Saturday, slept in a little bit, and I just turned on the TV, and right when Larry Fitzgerald was about to go talk at the Hall of Fame,
I didn't catch it live. I had to watch it afterwards.
Right, yeah. But that was it was pretty impressive. And
I was changing a truck battery on Saturday morning. Was what I was doing.
Whose truck?
My work truck for my company that does all my work on my things.
Well, you never drive it. Why don't you have somebody else change it?
No, don't have that person anymore, Dale.
Oh, okay. That's why you got a son.
Daybreak Services is no more, folks. We'll let that cat out of the bag now.
Wow.
I'm closing down that and all that. So yeah, so I've hired other people to do the work and all that stuff. Yeah, but no, I had nobody. Well, it was interesting because I mean we're still on good terms, and everything. But he stops driving the truck and parks it at the office. And I go by last week, and somebody was going by to go get some stuff done, and they wouldn't start. So I go by there last week, it won't start. I'm like, what? So I worked on it Friday afternoon. I took Ethan home, and he went to his mom's, and I drove back over there. Couldn't jump start it, couldn't do anything. So I was like, dead battery. Had no tool, so I had to go back Saturday morning and do it. But that's what I did, and then I missed Larry. What I'm getting at is I missed Larry's speech.
Okay.
I had to take it down to AutoZone and get a new battery. My dad came by and helped. He was like, you can't do this. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know how to change a battery, but he can come help. Old man.
So that's exactly why you have Ethan. You say, Ethan, before you go play video games.
I thought I'd just show up and jumpstart it, and then that'd be the end of it. Okay. But it was like broken battery and stuff like that. Yeah, so I don't mind doing that stuff. Dale took me like an hour and a half.
Hot, Steve. It's hot.
That's the thing, man. Like at 9:15, I got there like 7.
Yeah.
At like 9:15, leaning over this hood, like buckling it back in and everything, and I'm just like, my knees are getting ready to buckle.
Oh.
And I ate breakfast. I had a drink there. I had water there, Gatorade there, and all of a sudden I was just like, I gotta go. But finished it up, started that thing up, put everything up, got my car and cranked the AC and drove home. And I was like, and I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm not accustomed to being out and working in the heat, though.
No.
And everything. But no, it hit me hard. And I was like, it's only 9:15. Yeah, but so I missed his speech live is what I'm getting at here. So I had to go back and watch it. Funny, inspiring, good look back stuff, and stories. That was as good of a speech as I think people can give. Drew Brees. I'm not saying they're not bad speeches, but I'm just saying Drew Brees' speech left me desired for something. It wasn't inspiring. But I have no personal connection to Drew Brees, so I don't,
No, that's always going to be a little bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, like even when Larry started talking about people like coming up and Dennis Green and stuff, which we know Denny Green here, right? Like we knew him. But it's kind of like where you go, all right. Next, fast forward.
I don't know. To me, it's always great to hear these guys' stories, where they came from, who was there when it first started, and all that. And I enjoyed all of them for different reasons.
I'm not saying Drew Brees was bad. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you were.
There was no point where I'm like, oh, I should cut that part out of Drew Brees' speech and play that on the show. There was nothing that I was like, all right.
Well, I mean, Anna Vinatieri, you could probably say the same thing, but I know you cut one part out.
I got two of them.
I know you cut one part out.
Yeah, because he's hilarious. Who knew Adam Vinatieri was so funny?
Yeah, that was.
He's a kicker.
It was.
We're talking about the Bill Belichick part, right? What other part would you be talking about?
I don't know. I mean, he has a gorgeous family, gorgeous wife.
We're playing it to his wife was laughing. That tells you this. That tells you the fantastic sense of humor from both of them.
Okay, so my question, and Brooke and I were watching.
We'll play it in a little bit here,
and I won't say what it was, but.
Do you want to play it first? So
no.
Okay.
I'm just going to say I'm going to ask you this question. Yeah. You're getting elected to the Painters Hall of Fame or whatever it is that you would go in, and you're going to give a speech. And
don't paint.
Well, you used to sell paint.
Yes, that I did do. Yes,
but you're going to throw something like that out at one of your coworkers.
Yeah.
Do you tell Autumn or do you not tell Autumn that you're going to say that?
I would think you're running your speech by your wife or significant other before you're giving it.
Okay.
You're not writing your speech and keeping it to yourself. No, you're sharing it with close friends and family members. Like, what do you think? What about this type of stuff?
And I that's what I kind of thought, because I think that, hey, I'm going to clear this with her just so that doesn't leave a smear.
But he also knows her, too. Well, this is what I said when he said that stuff. Same thing with the Bill Belichick joke. I said, those, good for him. Those have potential of bombing majorly. Then you're just standing up there and nobody's laughing.
Right.
And you think it's hilarious. But nobody else finds. So that's the danger with those two jokes that he did. The danger was... everybody just, especially that audience.
Yeah.
And he pulled it off, man. He pulled it off. It was, but those were daring jokes. Like, they're funny in the moment. Like, if you laugh, like everybody laughed and everything. So you're like, oh, yeah. But those are dangerous.
Yeah.
Because it could have just been him laughing.
Well, you almost knew Pat McAfee was going to react positively to it.
He's up there all high and everything.
Yeah.
He does a lot of weed, Dale, in case you didn't know.
What? What's that had to do?
Yeah, I'm saying he probably found everything. He probably found, just nobody up there being hilarious is what I'm getting at.
Anyway.
He looked weird. Now, what I'm getting at is Pat McAfee looked weird. Wait till you see this clip, and it cuts to him. He
looks the same he always does.
He's got some with his
goofy
lip. I've never noticed with his lip before what he does with it. It's weird. Yeah,
well, he might not have makeup on.
That's true.
Yeah,
because his show, the camera's only up front.
Yeah.
This was kind of offsetted and stuff like that. Well, I'll tell you what, let's play those two just because you brought it up.
Okay.
We'll do the Belichick joke first, which is your standard Belichick joke. But he had a couple other dingers. Though I enjoyed the UNC dinger more than I enjoyed the wife dinger. Now the girlfriend dinger.
Well, and it's interesting because I think a lot of people try and have a little fun with Bill Belichick. He's not a fun guy. Now we hear stories about him.
He is out behind the scenes.
But you wonder if Bill's actually watching that and went, "Oh, he just zapped me," or he's pissed.
He's like this. Give me Lombardi on the phone. I know he's not working right now. Talk about this. Robert says, before we play it, Brian Cox, the best Hannibal Lecter ever. Manhunter was a fantastic movie. I don't know what that was in reference to, but there you go.
Maybe that's actor.
Oh, the Super Trooper movie. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm like, what was that in reference to?
That was 5 minutes ago.
It was, yeah, that's the guy I'm talking about, Robert.
Right, the ugly guy.
I can't, when he's on the screen, I can't stand it. It's just, it's I don't want to be especially mean, but less screen time, please. That's all I'm going to say. Ethan says, old man Steve is here. Yeah, he's always here, Ethan. Come on. Robert says, so when do you get a scooter? It's coming, folks. We have been places. My hip's really bad. I have a medical. I haven't told you about this yet. I'm gonna tell you about it off the air. I'll tell everybody else about it when it gets closer and stuff like that. But because of the investment business and stuff like that, my dad's not a spring chicken, and we're in business together and stuff like that. So like we, get medical stuff or whatever. So now it's my turn to go get some medical stuff done for the company and just get checked out and all that stuff coming up. I'll tell you about this thing I'm doing as we get closer to it, because it's still a few weeks away and stuff. Like Dale, it's booked like a month out. It's ridiculous what I have to go do. But the point is when I do this, I'm scared to death because I know I purposely avoid talking to doctors about my hip because I've been told, like, for the last 20 years, you're just gonna have to get it replaced someday. Just deal with it until you can't deal with it anymore. So me upgrading my car to an SUV was me going, okay, it's hurting too much with this, so let's see if it gets. And it's gotten better with the bigger car. So I'm like self-doing, and like I'm like scared to death because I know one of these days somebody's gonna go, well, let's get you scheduled for that hip replacement. It's coming. I know it is, and I hate it.
Not that big.
I hear it's easy, but I just don't want to do it. Man. Yeah, I don't want to do it. So anyway, the scooter's coming is what I'm getting. You might see me in a scooter before I go that route. The problem is, though, it hurts when I sit, so I need a standing scooter. Imagine me bouncing on one of those things. All wobbly. Folks, I'm getting old. Seriously, if you watch me and Dale walk into a room together, Dale's got an excuse to walk the way he does. I'm just me.
Why is your son laughing so loud? I hear him through the headphones. I hear is
giggling in there.
Yeah. I don't think he's playing a game.
Dale, we've been places. Our San Diego trip. We've been places. Yeah, he's how much hell of it. I've been places where I'm like, oh my God, I should have gotten a scooter. I should have gotten one of those motorized carts to ride around in this thing.
It's so embarrassing.
Well, that's why. Dale, can you imagine? Because I'm tall too, so my knees will probably be like above the handlebars, and I'm like this, trying to fit in the thing and drive it. I'd rather just be in pain the whole time. It's wince. Anyway, back to Adam Vinatieri. Here he is talking about his coach, Bill Belichick, out there from his Hall of Fame speech.
I would repeat those last few statements about Coach Bill Belichick as well. Thank you for demanding excellence every single day. Your preparation, discipline, and attention to detail shaped far more than my football career. Unfortunately, Bill couldn't make it here today. There's a lot going on at UNC right now.
That's my favorite joke.
He may be on a recruiting trip right now looking for the next Lawrence Taylor. I thought it was because training camp had already started. But in truth, it's because he's judging his girlfriend's cheerleading competition.
Gets the bigger laugh.
All jokes aside, in my opinion, Bill is the great.
I mean, it's he's got to then walk it back. He's the greatest coach ever. But I love the UNC joke. That was more potent to me than the girlfriend joke. There's a lot going on at UNC right now. If you don't know, the GM's been suspended on hold.
Yeah.
There's recruiting questions and shadiness happening, trying to put a team together. His son's on an indefinite leave as a defensive coordinator now. So a lot going on there. That's the dig I like the most.
Right.
And that's the other side of it. Bill Belichick doesn't find that stuff funny. That's the better part of it. But Dale, the one, of course, that you giggle about, because we're all 12-year-olds here and everything. Right?
Well, everybody else giggled too.
No, because it's pretty funny because, double entendres. They're hilarious. They're hilarious. Here's Vinatieri on Pat McAfee, what it's like working with him, and how his wife did a lot of holding during the offseason for him, and Pat McAfee wasn't around. Here we go.
Pat McAfee's here in the crowd today. Great to see you, brother.
Look at his job.
The only person who enjoyed holding my balls more than my wife.
That's his wife right there.
She held for me in the off season when everyone else was gone. Get that right.
That's a good one.
No, it's an amazing joke. It really is. But like I said, that tells you what kind of person out in Vinatieri is what I'm doing this for. Because that joke could have bombed. The delivery was perfect.
Yeah.
If he would have hesitated a little bit, if he would have sounded a little meaner about it, it wouldn't have played the same, and it would have just bombed out there. But it was great. It was a good time. By the way, on the first clip there, on the Belichick one, Ethan, can you play with the sound down for me? We're just going to let it roll, Dale. When it goes to the crowd, this is kind of shocks me a little bit. A lot of Cardinals fans are there. We'll let it roll here. A lot of Cardinals fans are there supporting Larry and stuff like that. So when it comes up, I'm going to point out a couple things because I noticed this in a lot of the crowd stuff. That's an upper crowd. There's a Drew Brees jersey right there. If you don't know, a lot of fans show up to this with jerseys on of the teams and all of that. When it comes back around here, though, I want to point something out. I saw a lot of what I'm about to point out to you this weekend, and it shocked me a little bit as Cardinals fans. With where you are, where this guy is out there, can you believe Lawrence Taylor's still alive, Dale? First of all, let's start with that conversation.
And he looks pretty damn
I
good.
know. It looks like he's probably still going to play
Yeah.
right there. Kyler Murray jersey.
Yeah.
The Frank Gore jersey right there. Who's ballsy enough to wear a Kyler Murray #1 jersey, Cardinals jersey, next to, I'm assuming that's his wife, but girl, they're wearing the Fitzgerald 11. Is that the equivalent of wearing a Cowboys jersey to like a Steelers, Buffalo game?
Well, Larry was giving his speech too, so of course Cardinal fans are going to be there.
No, I know, but are you going to wear your Kyler Murray jersey?
Well,
That's what I'm getting at. I know you're going to wear your. I know you're going to wear your jersey.
Well, maybe you blew $100 on it, so I can get my fair wear out of this.
But I saw a lot of people walking around with Kyler Murray jersey, and it kind of just struck me like, really, interesting.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be a Larry Fitzgerald jersey.
Yeah, you go buy a Larry jersey, don't
Yeah.
you, before you go on that trip, or just a Cardinals shirt. But it's Kyler Murray's not even there anymore. He's in Minnesota now, and a lot of I don't know. Just struck me as weird. Just a weird thing I hear.
You are so weird.
Robert says, Big Steve putting a Band-Aid on a bullet hole. If I stick my head in the sound long enough, it'll go away on its own. How long's your hip been hurting you? 30 years. Why don't you come in and see us? Didn't want to deal with it?
I know what you're going to tell me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know. Also, I found out this weekend. You know, the year that they had to move the speeches and stuff to inside the stadium.
Yeah, I don't remember what year it was, but I remember they did
it was
that.
late night. It was probably early 2000s when Jim Kelly got inducted.
Okay.
And Buffalo overtook the place.
Yes,
they used to do it on the front steps of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So no, we can't do this anymore.
Well, that's what they did. They tried the indoor thing and it didn't work because there was too many people. So they needed to do it. They moved it back. Now it's at the football field. So you have a big stadium setting now and stuff like that. But yeah, stupid Buffalo fans ruin it for everybody. Did you see I used to be the house that OJ built, but now it's the house that Hellestrae built. Do you see the open Highmark?
Oh, and Jay, right up your alley, isn't it? You see the first complaint?
I saw the first 3 complaints, and they're not wrong.
They're right up Steve's alley.
Well, which one are you talking about?
The obscured view?
Yes. Okay. The first complaint I saw was how small the video boards are. If you don't know, like if you've been to Cardinal Stadium, they have a video board that's like the whole end zone. Huge. And that building was built in 2008.
That's been updated.
Yeah, but it's been updated.
Yeah.
But it's still not like you. But Eagles have one that I swear to God, it's the size of the stadium out there, right? Like you go bigger and better. They're small relative video boards in the Buffalo Stadium compared to what they should be for a new stadium.
Okay.
That was the first thing I noticed in complaints out there and stuff like that. Then what were those uniforms they rolling out there as well? I get the gray, whatever, but the helmets. They had the Buffaloes. I know they had the Buffalo. That was O.J. Simpson's helmet was the Buffaloes, right? But then they had that, like an eagle, like the Seahawks thing where it kind of went in the back and hit a point in the back. When did that, Mr. Buffalo Bill, when did that helmet be big in Buffalo?
I just know we had red helmets when I played there.
Did you have the Buffaloes or did you have the...
There were Buffaloes on each side.
Yeah.
With the streak through them, I think.
Okay, yeah. Throw it up here, Ethan, if you got it there as well. Robert says, wearing the Kyler jersey is like wearing a Steve Walsh jersey to Troy's enshrinement. Folks, if you don't know, we'll roll through them here, Ethan. If you don't know the history of Highmark Stadium in Buffalo, look, as Ethan's strolling through them here. These are regular seats. These aren't like, as you can see, they're not like terrible upper level corners or something like that. But to get these seats that you're seeing right now, look at that. Forget about the fact that guy's in front of you. You can barely see through that glass. They upped the prices astronomically for you to get seats in this stadium. Like, it went from affordable Buffalo tickets, look at this one, to outrageously almost unaffordable for Buffalo fans to buy tickets to their stadium. Seat ticket licenses, ticket price, both through the roof. And you go and sit down and this is your view, I would lose my mind.
That is kind of crazy. The only one that I saw was that plastic
the glass one?
or...
Yeah.
But I thought that was just going to obscure if you're walking down the stairs right there.
Nope.
I didn't realize that's where you're sitting, that's what you're looking at all game.
And if you go, I'm willing to bet you, because I know how things work, they have a handrail there that's blocking your view across the middle of the field. And I bet you that is interfering 3, 4, 5 rows up from this seat on top of it. And then if you're unlucky enough that you're sitting in high enough up, where the top of that is right in the middle of the field, you're going to have the top of that, which is, you can see it's like a white, filament. You guys know how glass works and everything. You're going to have that right through the middle of the field. This is like unbelievable failure in architecture levels.
Yes.
And I would even argue like, yeah, you know what? It's the price you pay. They squeeze some seats in there. But then you see the prices of these tickets and you know what they did to these fans with raising their ticket price. People that have had season tickets in Buffalo for 50 years, since OJ had to drop tickets because they raised them to such huge levels. And so the people that were used to sitting on that lower level are having to move up into the upper level and stuff like that now to be able to afford it and everything. And those are your views? You can't even see half the field?
Well, you got all over the Utah owner, the obstructed view and things like that.
Half the stadium.
And when the Coyotes first moved here and played downtown.
Those were terrible.
Yeah.
Throw it up, Ethan. Ethan's taking us through it. Yeah, well, right there. There's the upper view of it. I knew there was one. So this is what, 3, 4 rows up from that bottom seat there where you see the glass? How are you getting a good shot? You're watching that on the video board at this point, and you're paying double, triple than what you paid last year in the old stadium. Dale, this is a monumental failure of building a stadium by the Buffalo Bills.
Usually I think that you make a mountain out of a molehill, but I wholeheartedly agree with you. Brand new?
Like, literally, this is the first event there was this practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll equate it to, and I equated it to the Ethan on the drive in. Ethan was my test project. I equate this to, but to a lesser extent, I equate this to the Diamondbacks putting those ribbons in this year and people showing up to their season tickets and they couldn't see half the field. And the Diamondbacks were like, whoa, we didn't know that happened.
Right.
The difference is Diamondbacks added that.
Yes.
They built this design this way. So I'll give the Diamondbacks more slack than I'll give your designer this as well. Because this stuff is planned for now and all of that stuff. No. Hey, Ethan, in one of those pictures, did you have one of the screens in one of those pictures? I thought you did. Yeah, he's going to look at it here. If you do, just go ahead and throw it up. There it is. Look at that, Dale. You can't even see that screen from that seat. What? So you're like, okay, they're in the corner here. He's running to the right. I can't see the end zone right there. I'll watch it on the screen. What? You gotta have eagle eyes. You gotta have binoculars to see the screen up there. How is that not bigger? This to me is just it's the gross misconduct of what's happening in the NFL right now with certain owners. And what I mean by that is we're gonna treat this to like Michael Bill. Look at this. You can't even see Dale, you can barely see the board on the other side of the screen. On the other side of the field. You should be able to see that thing from everywhere on the other side of the stadium. You can do it at Cardinal Stadium. They're big enough that you can see it. Trust me, folks. I can watch both end zones on the screen in Cardinal Stadium. I'm close to one and I'm far from the other, and I can see them both clearly. when the play is going against me and I can't see it or I need to see a replay.
Boy,
this is terrible. But it goes to the whole, and you can see there's a bigger one on this right side, but it's not that much bigger. Kind of saw them both there. But doesn't this just go to the greed of the NFL right now? We see it with Michael Bidwell putting in the premium seats and things to that effect and raising prices constantly and stuff like that. Isn't this more of like what's happening where owners are just like, they'll pay the price increase regardless of what we give them?
Yeah, I don't look at it that way. I look at it as they spent over $2 billion on this stadium. What the hell was the architect thinking?
That's what I don't get. How many people signed off on that?
Yeah, and how many times do you just check it? Because you got to think, brand spanking new stadium, sight lines are of the utmost importance.
Dale, you should have the best sight lines in the league with a new stadium.
Newest stadium.
But, I mean, Jerry Jones famously failed where the lights of the stadium come through that glass at a certain time of day and blinds his own team trying to catch a touchdown. That was a monumental failure on his part, so it happens.
Did you see CeeDee Lamb?
Which part?
He was practicing with a trash can,
trash bag over his head. With the white thing over his head. Was that a trash bag or something? Yeah, because they can't see and they were throwing the ball.
He goes, my owner's not going to cover up the window.
Was that real? I mean, I know he was really practicing like that, but did he say that or was that just somebody?
I thought he actually said that. I'm sure somebody said, "What is that drill for?"
I saw the white thing over his head, and but I didn't know if he said that quote or if somebody made it up. I didn't know if that part was real. But yeah, so you're charging triple and for these seats and everything. And you're forcing long, diehard fans to move up to the top or drop your tickets, and then you're doing that stuff. Like, you should be able to. Like, I remember when they opened the what is now Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale after the Coyotes moved from downtown. All everybody talked about was how the sight lines were so much more improved.
Yeah.
And you could see it. You could see the puck from everywhere. You could see every player and all this stuff. And then that opens up, and you're going, that's a football. Now it's an all-purpose stadium, but your main thing is football. Those sight lines should be impeccable, and they're not. It is shocking. But like I said, I'm putting it to the side of it just continues to show how NFL owners just don't care about you, the fan. They don't care. They gladly took that money. And they don't care that you have to stare at a wall. And you can't look at the video boards because you can't see them because they're too far away and too small, or they're hidden by the wall or the glass parcher. It is amazing what's happening out there. I don't know. Isn't that funny how I can equate it to us here in Arizona with our
over $2 billion and nobody checked. Hey, from all the seats, can they see the field?
Yeah. And then as it's being built, you go, literally while it's being built, you can say, yeah, we don't like this. We need to change this.
Yeah.
Just that handrail on that glass part, the handrail on that side. You know where you put that handrail, Dale? You put that handrail on the other side where the concrete is.
Yeah,
the handrail isn't going
that is a disappointment. Buffalo.
Dale, explain your city. First drafted you in the NFL.
Buffalo.
Explain it. Defend them. When we come back here, second hour, we'll take an early break here. Come back. We'll get into, obviously, the big thing here. We'll talk Larry's enshrinement. I have a couple clips for you here as well. His bust reveal, which I thought, because busts crack me up because they rarely look like people. And seeing their reaction to seeing their bust sometimes is the greatest moments ever. Like, there have been people that have seen their busts and been like, where's the real one? All that Diamondbacks talk coming your way. Of course, IFL as well. Let's see what other ailments I'm trying to cover up also in the second half. Yep.